Talking about this fight. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, taking place August 26th out in Vegas, and with us now, a man that was a world champion in 2 different weight classes. And he'll be working the pay-per-view broadcast for Showtime Boxing. Brooklyn's own Paulie Malignaggi. And you go out to Vegas, and I read in the paper, I'm on vacation, that you and Conor spar, gets nasty. I'm like, oh, we better get the story I did on him on the air. We do. You guys spar again, and all of a sudden, pictures were posted to social media. You're not happy, and here you are on the couch talking to us. You left camp and you quit his camp. So what happened?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, only his photographers are allowed in the gym, so they're going to get pictures favorable to him, and I don't mind that. You know, you're in your training camp.
This is the picture we're talking about. You weren't happy about that.
Well, I wasn't happy because he knows and I know it wasn't from a punch. You know, he was actually frustrated from getting beaten up that particular day, and that was actually a shove down, a push down, and I think even the referee wasn't allowed to talk about it. I mean, listen, I think at the end of the day, sparring should stay in the gym. I didn't go around, I wouldn't have went around talking about how I beat up Conor McGregor on Tuesday if I wasn't forced to. You know
can
what I'm
he
saying?
fight? That's what I want to know.
He can definitely fight. I mean, he's a mixed martial arts champion. He can definitely fight. As far as boxing is concerned, I'm not going to tell you he can't box. You know, I'm not going to say that. He understands what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. But he's got to progress. You know, there's things he's got to come along with, and it's not so easy to come along that fast all this way through. My problem with Conor is his arrogance. You know, his arrogance is to the point where he can't make progress. He can't learn. You know, because he just wants a bunch of yes men around him. He doesn't want to be told he's doing something wrong. He doesn't want to be told that, you know, he needs to make progress or he needs to change certain things. Whatever he's doing, he wants to just be told how great he's doing.
So you and Mayweather are buddies. Yeah. You guys are good friends.
Yeah, but Floyd understood. When I was going to camp, when I was going to camp, I spoke to Floyd, and he said, you know, hey, it's business. I get it. I've sparred guys that have been getting ready to fight you, so I don't know when I'm sparring a guy.
Has Floyd asked you what happened? Have you guys talked?
No, because I won't do it that way. You know, I have an ethical side of me. See, I'm not like Conor McGregor, who, even if I had knocked down Conor McGregor and I had a picture of it, I wouldn't post it on social media. Let alone Conor, who didn't knock me down, it was a push down, tries to play it as it's a knockdown. You know what I mean? He's trying too hard to sell it for me.
Have you guys talked at all? I know you guys didn't like each other going into this.
We talked very sporadically in camp. It wasn't like that.
You said you wanted to knock his beard off back in December.
Well, yeah, you know, at the time, you know, you're trying to get a fight. I think I've been in a war of words with a lot of guys who also tried to fight me when I was a boxer, but then if the fight didn't play out, I was always cool with them. You know, I've done that with multiple named fighters. So I thought me and Conor would be pretty cool once the fight didn't happen, and I was coming to help him to spar. But you know, obviously he took it a little personally. He's a little bit of a weird guy in that way. Because you mature past that at a certain age, and at 29 years old, you figured he'd be a little bit more mature than that. But my problem wasn't just with the sparring. My problem was with the way he treats people, the way he treats the other sparring partners. He's a bit on the cheap side. You know what I'm saying? You have a $100 million fight. I think you could splurge a little bit more on training camp, especially the way you treat the sparring partners and the living quarters and whatnot. I asked for nothing, no special treatment. I wanted to be like the sparring partners. I wanted to have, in a token of good faith, I wanted to go over there and stay with the sparring partners. I didn't negotiate my price. Whatever first price they gave me, I accepted that as far as payment was concerned, which I never got paid, by the way, because I left. But I never tried to make things difficult for them. But I assumed things would at least be on a moderate living conditions. You know what I'm saying? And they really weren't, like I said, a little bit on the cheap side. And I wasn't. I haven't been, I put it like this to people. I have never been part of a $100 million fight, but I've been part of multiple fights where there's been $1 million purses in there. And so once you're part of seven and 8-figure purses, or 9-figure purses in his case, you understand how to treat the training camp and how to properly budget it without being too cheap, but without overspending. You know, there's people involved, there's a team involved, and you need to take care of them too. And I've never seen such a cheap guy in my life. I mean, I was, and all my training camps, I mean, I was like blown away the way this guy, the treatment this guy gave everybody. But he rented himself a Lamborghini. He made sure he rented himself a Lamborghini in Vegas, which was like, all right, bro. So what is it about? You don't respect anybody else? I mean, these are the people that are helping you. You're not. It's about status with you. I didn't understand what it was, but you know,
I could talk to you about this all night, but you're going to drop some more knowledge on Paulie Malignaggi, Brooklyn to the World, your podcast. You're going to tape that tomorrow, post it probably tomorrow night, and then you're working the pay-per-view fight, which I'm going to buy.
Yeah, and of course, and I'll get into the tactics and the breakdown of the styles on the pay-per-view, because I really don't want to get into the tactical stuff he does or doesn't do right now, because I don't think it would be ethical, and also, you know, Floyd could find out, and I don't want to take away the integrity of the fight. I may not like him on a personal level, but I do want to keep the integrity of the fight. And so, but on fight night, when they're about to fight, and we're going to preview the fight, I will get into a lot of the tactical stuff and the breakdowns of what he does and what he doesn't do, and certain things he may do well, and certain things that he probably should have worked on, and a lot of things I don't agree with. But I'll get more into that on fight night.
I can't wait. I'll be buying the fight. Paulie Malignaggi, we appreciate it. Paulie Malignaggi, Brooklyn to the World podcast. Check it out. Taping it tomorrow.